I'm Abdul, outside Old Trafford, here for Full-Time Devils with Statman Dave. Where can we find you, mate?
Well, before we go into the Fancam, go over to the Squawker YouTube channel and make sure to hit subscribe. We've got a great video about Barcelona versus Manchester United coming out on Monday.
Hi guys, Adam here with Statman Dave. We're outside Old Trafford, Manchester United 2, West Ham 1. Dave, we got the win in the end. It wasn't comfortable. I've got to be honest, at one point I turned to my brother and said, it's not happening today. West Ham will probably score. And we went up the other end and did just that.
Exactly. I think it's one of those games where you lack a bit of control in central midfield, and I think the change to three-man midfield should have come a little bit earlier, just because West Ham were on top for a little bit in the back end of the first half and the second half of the start. So I think it's one of these things where slight little tweaks like that, like Lingard dropping into midfield, you should have maybe done a little bit earlier, maybe at half-time, just to get that rocking. But again, United got the win. It felt a little bit like Southampton in a way, where it felt like something was going to go wrong, and then we come back at the end, which isn't a bad thing for a side. I think the changes were good to bring on the likes of Pereira at right back. It's a bit bold, but then again, you don't have that change to sort of bring on another fullback when we've taken the lead, which is a little bit worrying. But we hang in there, and it's absolutely fine.
What did you make of the fullbacks today? I thought Delo did well. His distribution probably the worst I've seen of him this season in terms of his crossing into the box. And obviously on the other side, who do you have? Rojo.
that was
good to see Rojo back today.
Nah, it was funny. You get a lot of laughs, don't you, when you watch Rojo play football sometimes. The amount of times that he jumps off his feet is absolutely incredible. But at the same time, I thought Delo played very well on both sides. I thought defensively today was really good. That challenge at the end, the slide tackle, fantastic stuff. And I think, again, he's a young fullback and he will have these games where some of his crosses won't go in, but some of the balls he's putting in, it's where you want to go with football, and I think that he's going to massively improve. He'll be massive against Barcelona. That is where he's going to be crucial, because we all know Ashley Young didn't have the greatest of games at Old Trafford, and someone like Delo that can cross and can put the ball into a dangerous area in the box, so important as well. Fred's the guy though, right? Fred was the guy that's been fantastic in the last two games, and he's really controlling midfield. He looks more like a United player now, and it's 56 million quid for a midfield.
Ever since that Paris game, his confidence shot up.
But in midfield, like, you get the ball so much, you need to be confident. And it was the away game against Wolves where he made that mistake, and then we didn't bring him back into the game. I felt so sorry for him.
Pogba seems to trust him as well. I saw in the last game, most of the passes Pogba made was to Fred and vice versa, and they seem to have a little bit of a understanding going.
I think it's like any good player, that knows that he playing next to a good player will, they will play off each other and so forth. I thought Pogba was very good as well in defensive midfield, something that he's been criticised before. Thought he made a number of really good challenges.
Performance today has been, I find it weird that we criticise people, well, I say we, not us, but people who criticise him after Barca criticise him today. What did you make of his performance?
Today I thought he was very good. I think that was that one time where he didn't release the ball quick enough, and I think that then everyone gets on everything. So if he doesn't do that once, then every single time he receives it, we're like, we've got to be quick. And sometimes it is all right to take a few touches.
I also think he's cut out that bit where he would dilly-dally a lot.
Yeah.
And he's started to just flick it off sometimes when you don't need to hold on to it.
That's what you need, isn't it, in midfield? You just move it quickly, and you move teams around by midfield players playing it quick. And I think that's something that Pogba will learn and will get. His penalties, what I like today about that is it's the change-up. The reason why he does the steps is because the keeper has to think about it. So if you take 8 steps and the keepers count it, and then you do 13 steps and you do 12 steps, the first penalty took no steps. Second penalty, he took 3 steps. The whole point of him doing that is so the keeper moves before he gets to the ball, and that's why it works. And that's why when it is a bit annoying him rolling up to a penalty, we just got to be patient with it, because it works.
Talking about steps, they made great music, didn't they?
Top music. What's your favourite?
Abdullah, coming over here. How you feeling? First of all, you got shorts on. What's going on there?
When I left today, it was pretty sunny. Plus, I only live, I shouldn't say that. I don't live too far from the ground, but so it was just a quick nip round the corner for me. So it was all right.
It's not far to go get some proper clothes on either, is it? No. Anyway, Abdullah, United
something for Barca earlier, so
United won 2-1 today. Pogba with both the goals. What did you make of his performance?
I think Paul Pogba today, his overall play was mature. Similar to Barcelona, I thought he wasn't overdoing it in his play. He wasn't trying to take that many players on at once in tight spaces. I think the issue was a lot of the time Anthony Martial should have been moving off his man. Instead, he always tries to go on the inside. Even when there's so much space and it's not congested, he just does these weird runs. And I think off the ball movement needs to improve from Tony, and that sort of, I think, affected Paul Pogba because he took too long at times. Yes, he should have found Fred instead of just waiting for that run from Tony. But overall, Pogba today, I thought it was a mature performance, even without the penalties, which were vital, of course, scoring that and keeping composed there and switching it up, like Dave said as well. It's important. Even his overall play, I thought was pretty good. He's finding the right passes. I think just around him, we just need to be better off the ball. Rom did pretty well holding it up on the right, was finding crosses. Him and Delo connected pretty well out wide. I was surprised that Tony was the one to stay on between them in the end. But I'm just happy that we got the win, because there's loads of games where we should be winning and we didn't, and it's only right sometimes that we get a bit of luck.
De Gea had showed today like the best of him and the worst of him. Distribution for the goal, poor. The save just before our second penalty, amazing. What is going on with Dave?
He might just be like Sam Homewood there scaring us, but he just might be sort of like just overthinking everything now, with what's happening over there in Madrid and that, but it shouldn't really affect him. I think sometimes he's just too scared to come out and grab the ball, just like the Wolves moment, but that save in the end was absolutely mental, man. Like, as soon as Antonio connected to the header, I'm like, goal, and he just pulls it out. So that was a class save, and that shows you, like, having De Gea, the best keeper in the world, arguably the best keeper in the world, it's good on all that, but if you're not having the right defenders in front of him, then you're not getting the best out of him. It's just so frustrating that we've had the best keeper in the world at the wrong time at the club, but you just got to appreciate what he's done there, and maybe his heart's set.
You say wrong time, probably would have got relegated without him, so probably was the right time.
We're playing a championship this season, right? Man of the match, Fred, got to be.
Fred, 100%.
How many passes did you make? Did you count?
A number of passes, most on a pitch for Manchester United. 15 ball recoveries as well, which was the most on a pitch again. So he did all right. He played well.
I used to argue over your numbers. Big Sai Preston's back as well. Sai, how you feeling after that?
I'm buzzing. 3 points in the bag and Everton next in the league. But although we look at the performance and say it was quite lackluster, the points are very important at this point in the season where we have 3, 4, 5 games left, and it's just all about getting into that top 4. We saw what Tottenham did today, and we really have to capitalise on those sorts of situations. Arsenal still have to play. Chelsea have Liverpool to play tomorrow. So it's just about us picking up these maximum points at these crucial parts of the season, and hopefully the performances in terms of the quality can improve over the next couple of games.
Who's your man of the match today, Si?
I give it to the Brazilian Fred. That is a Fred that we knew from Ukraine, and he really stepped up today. We saw it against Barcelona after, he got a lot of criticism over at Wolves in the Midlands, but now he's truly stepped up in his performances. I'm very happy with his performance today.
Cheers, Si. Nice one.